And we move now to the right back position. This is a position that has been ultra competitive for the last 2 decades. Obviously, I could bring up Zanetti, I could bring up Cafu, I could bring up Philippe Lahm. But the one that stands out to me most, especially as a Barcelona fan, is Dani Alves. Dani Alves is an absolutely unbelievable football player. He's still playing at the age of 38 years old for Barcelona, in fact. He just played in the Super Cup today. They did lose in the semi-final to Real Madrid, 3-2. He did he didn't look too comfortable when you have to defend one-on-one against Vinicius Jr., who's in the pomp of his career right now. But he started off, obviously, in Brazil, and then went off to Sevilla and won a Copa del Rey. He won a Super Cup with Sevilla as well. He won 2 UEFA Cups with Sevilla and a Super Cup in 2006. And then where it all, really took off was when he went to Barcelona. That signing by Pep Guardiola, just an absolutely fantastic player. He was a stalwart of a right back. Not just a stalwart, he was a stalwart in European football in the right back position. He was going to be always renowned as the best right back, along with Philippe Lahm. It was close competition. In my mind, not really. He is probably the greatest attacking fullback in football that we've ever seen. He's won He's won in 2008, 2009, 2010, 12, 14, 15. He's won numerous La Ligas for Barcelona. He's won numerous Copa del Reys. He's won 4. He's won 4 other Super Cups. He's won 3 Champions Leagues in 2008-09, 2010-11, and 2014-15. I think we all remember what he did with Barcelona, obviously. Those 3 Champions Leagues, 2 of them being trebles, obviously, and one of them actually being a sextuple in 2009, beating Manchester United in the Champions League final in Rome. Then he's also won 3 UEFA Super Cups. He's won 3 FIFA Club World Cups as well in 2009, 11, 15. And obviously, Dani Alves then decided he needed to leave the club. I think he didn't even do too bad. He went to Juventus. Joined up with a very good team in Juventus, to be honest with you. He won a league title there. He won a Coppa Italia as well in 2016-17. And then went off to Paris Saint-Germain to join a lot of his friends, actually. Neymar and Thiago Silva and Marquinhos. A lot of his Brazilian friends. Won a couple of league titles there. Won a Coupe de France. Won a Coupe de la Liga. And a Trophée des Champions. And then went off a bit. He's won Copa Americas for Brazil as well in 2007, and then 2019 when he was actually, I think he got a man of the match in that final, I think, or semi-final. It was a fantastic tournament for Dani Alves at the age of 36, 35. I mean, that is a ridiculous thing to do. And Brazil always has had a lot of depth in their wing-back position over the years, whether it was Maicon, and then obviously later on it was Danilo as well. It didn't feature much actually in the 2014 World Cup. He was on the bench. I remember he used to play Maicon there, and maybe did they miss the trick? They felt that probably they needed more defensive anchor. If you have a team that consists of Marcelo as well, to have Marcelo and Dani Alves at the same time, maybe functionally it's a bit too attacking, and that was probably the idea. But not to mention, Dani Alves has also won the Summer Olympics last year in Tokyo, in Japan. He won it with Brazil, beating the Spanish. His actual teammate, Pedri, who was in the other team, beating them. So that was a great achievement for him. He's also won a FIFA World Youth Championship in 2003 for the under-20s in the Brazilian team. And if you just want to go through it, the accolades he's won individually, I mean, it's actually unbelievable. He's been a part of the FIFA Pro World 11 for 8 times. 09, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, and 18. To do that for 8 years, to be in the best 11 in the world, tells you all you need to know about this man. He was a consistent, proper right back at just doing everything right for multiple teams, in fact, not just at Barcelona, but at Juventus and at Paris Saint-Germain. He also won the La Liga Defender of the Season in the same season that Barcelona had won the Sextuple in 08-09. That season, well, they won the Sextuple in 2009, the calendar year, but in that season, he was the Defender of the Season in the whole league, which is a huge thing to do. He also was in the La Liga Team of the Season 2014-15, which was the same season they won the treble with MSN's first year, and then Serie A Team of the Year in 2016-17. He was also part of the Ligue 1 Team of the Year in 17-18. So he was part of a lot, and I was correct. He actually was the best player in the Copa America in 2019 when they won, and he was in the team of the tournament as well. He has just been an unbelievable right back. He shares a couple of records as well. He's won the most UEFA Super Cup titles, 4 shared with Paolo Maldini. I think Paolo Maldini, we can get to him in a second as well, but what an unbelievable football player Dani Alves was. A lot of the time linking up with Lionel Messi on the right flank for Barcelona, and he can also invert himself inside into the midfield, which really gave Barcelona a lot more congestion in the midfield when you already got Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Messi, who are all going to come paroling inside, and you get the guy likes of Pedro and Neymar or David Villa back in the day when they were on the width. It's a dangerous context to have when you got a guy like Dani Alves in your team. And he was the guy I chose to have as my right back. There were obviously others, Philippe Lahm as well. I think he was a more... You could actually make the argument he was more of a more consistent... not more consistent, but more versatile player to Dani Alves. Obviously, he used to play as a DM as well in the midfield. But I just think as a proper right back in my team, just some of the things he did with Lionel Messi, the tiki-taka, the quick one-touch movement, the passing movement was unbelievable between the two. He wasn't known for his crossing as much. His defensive acumen was very underrated, in fact. Very good defensively. People forget that about Dani Alves because they always think of him patrolling down that right flank, always going deep, never looking back. But he did go back at times, and, that was a sign of a proper fullback for Barcelona Football Club. And they haven't really replaced that position at Barcelona until he's come back. And look, I mean, he's 38 now. Is it, the guy who we all thought? Of course it's not. He's 38 years old. But he's still doing a job for that football club. And to think about it, that Barcelona couldn't replace him for that many years, and the amount of failures you look in the Champions League, it did have a part to do with no Dani Alves in the side. So that was a huge loss for Barcelona after 2015-16. So that was the right back. So far in the team we have Manuel Neuer and Dani Alves. That is the 2 players already in my all-time 11.